Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Arts Overlook. I'm your host, Colby Campbell, and on every episode we take a look at the newest arts and entertainment in the Cedar Valley. Today we'll get a sneak peek at the Cedar Falls Community Theater's upcoming production, Vanya and Sonia and Masha and Spike. Don't go anywhere. The Arts Overlook starts right now.
Art is thriving in the Cedar Valley. It's everywhere. But if you don't know where to look, you could miss it. This is your local arts perspective. This is the Arts Overlook.
Vanya and Sonia and Masha and Spike is a comedy play written by Christopher Durang that won a Tony Award in 2013. And this winter it's being performed right in our own backyard. I got a chance to sit down with some of the cast and crew to get a little insight on the show.
Basically, the story is about this brother and sister who have taken care of their parents for many, many years in this house in Pennsylvania. And the parents have just passed away, and they don't know what to do with the rest of their lives because they spent their whole lives kind of taking care of the parents.
But then my character, Masha, goes off and has this fabulous movie career. And she leaves her two older siblings.
Masha, who is an actress, has made a lot of money, but not particularly classy parts, comes home to see brother and sister, and she is trailing a very young, good-looking guy.
While she's back, she informs the other two siblings that she's going to sell the house.
And they start to panic, and they don't know what's going to happen. Vanya and Sonia have lived together so long, taking care of their folks, that they've never really done anything. And now the world seems to be crashing around their ears.
It's hilarity. It's just fun. The whole thing is very funny.
Clearly a comedy, but it's got some good moments in it too.
It's a lot of them end up growing and making, changing and making decisions in the shows that are for the better at the end.
Christopher Durang is a brilliant playwright, and he really has written a wonderful piece, so everybody will have fun.
We rehearse for 6 weeks, and generally you do the read through first, and then you do the blocking, telling people where to move, and then you review that, and then they have to learn their lines, and you keep adding more and more stuff on them, like now you have props, and now you have costumes, and now you have, there's set changes all the time, so we keep just adding a little bit more as they go along, and then by the end of the 6 weeks they hopefully have taken on these characters so fully that when people come see it they feel like they're part of that world.
All ages will get it. All ages will have something that they'll connect with. It really is about relationships, and it's about families and the decisions that are made in families, and the difference in personalities and that kind of thing. So I think people of all ages will resonate with it. So it's heartwarming and it's really touching, and it does talk a little bit. Henry Etzel's character, Vanya, does talk about the change in times as well, and kind of our attitudes toward life and how immediate everything is now with social media and all the technical aspects, and that it's okay to just sit and stare out at the pond, which Vanya and Sonia do quite often, and to reflect a little bit on life. So it's just going to resonate with a lot of people.
It has a lot of a nostalgic kind of theme to it. There's one really long monologue that Vanya gives at one point where he's going, "We used to lick postage stamps," and the whole idea of of kind of bringing back our own ideas of what we liked about our youth, even though it wasn't perfect. He goes on this kind of rant, and then he goes, "Well, that was kind of boring and not perfect, but it's what it used to be like," And so there is some that nostalgic play on things, which is fun too. I think we all there was things about the way things used to be before everything got so fast. I mean, we really appreciate the speed with which you can look things up, and the fact that microcircuitry has changed our world so much, but there's something pastoral and kind of sweet and kind of lovely about the idea of writing a letter and knowing it's going to take a while for that letter to reach them, and you're not going to get that instant response. So even though we appreciate a lot of the changes that go on now, I think that, we kind of look back and it's what shaped us in our youth. It's made us who we are now.
The audience can definitely, I think, take a look within their own families and kind of realize to embrace differences and to accept people for who they are, and that everyone brings something to the table, no matter who they are and what experiences they've had in life. They might not all be the same, but they're all valuable, and so I think they'll learn that. Well, the community should always support live local theater because we need that art form in our community. So it's vitally important that we have a lot of support from the community and come out and see us. But also, it's really a fabulous night. It's a great way to see entertainment and get out actually with other people and experience that rather than being inside your home or in a movie theater. I mean, the audience there, will be laughing and I hope enjoy it immensely. And so it's just great to have an evening out and support live local artists that are doing what they can to provide a great experience.
Come see the show.
With a tagline like 3 siblings, 1 hot mess, Vanya and Sonia and Masha and Spike is sure to be a hoot. The show will run at the Oster Regent Theater from February 26th to March 6th. For ticketing information, visit www.osterregent.org. That'll do it for this episode of the Arts Overlook. Thanks for watching. I'm Colby Campbell, and we'll see you next time.